So what's up?
I'm having a regular one. I just
Oh
got
yeah,
home
one of
from
those
my.
days?
Yeah, it's one of those days. I got home from my mom's house because my mom's computer has a bad mic. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Now you're here with the good mic.
Yeah, my house. I'm on my bed. You can hear the squeaky sounds of my bed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Love a squeaky bed.
it's very loud and I don't like to experience it, but here I am.
Yeah, it's fucking hot as shit out over here.
Yeah! Holy moly!
Where are you again? You're in Jersey, right?
Jersey City. It's 91 degrees here.
Jesus, I don't know what it is here, but it's probably comparable.
Look at your phone. That's how I knew.
Yeah, I'm looking at my phone. Look at my phone.
When
My
I look at
phone
my
is
phone.
amazing.
Look at this
88 degrees.
phone.
It's 88 degrees, so you know what that means.
Are you cracking open a beeb?
I'm cracking open a delicious Wegmans brand passion fruit sparkling water.
Great! I have 2 sips left of Strawberry Fields from Powder Hollow Brewery in Hazardville, Connecticut. It's a beeb.
Nice.
It's a strawberry lager, I want to say. I had it 2 days ago when I was at my house. Before I went to my mom's house to help her pack because they're moving. And I remember it being very good. But it's probably not good now. You know,
Well,
we're having a regular one here.
yeah. Oh god, I would be having a beeb, but after this episode's done recording, I'm gonna sate the craving that I've had for Popeyes for the last month, and the reason I have not sated my craving for Popeyes is because the closest Popeyes is like a 15-mile drive for me. But I really want some fucking chicken,
Oh, Sarah.
so I think I'm gonna drive and get some goddamned chicken after this episode. You want to get into the episode?
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Oh, Smile is bobbing her head at me.
Smile's ready to
She's
discuss
ready to
this
podcast.
atrocity of a movie.
Listen, it's not. There have been far worse movies we've done on this podcast.
Yeah, and
Okay.
there are far worse movies in general.
Welcome to Fear Baiting, everyone. It's your number one. It's your number one Tony the Wonder Llama fan cast. I'm Sarah, and I'm joined this week by a friend of the show, Scout. Scout, this is your first time on the podcast, yes?
Hell yeah! It is.
Yay! So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us what kind of horror movies you like, what your history with horror movies are, and if you have a favorite subgenre. I'm gonna let Smile. While you start with that, I'm gonna let Smile out of her tank because she is being a reckless little girl.
Okay. I am not a huge fan of horror movies because I am a little baby, but I have seen every single Friday the 13th movie. It kind of started, I don't remember exactly why, but I think we were in middle school, and my dance school friends were like, let's watch Friday the 13th, it's scary. And I was like, okay. And then we realized it was not scary. It was kind of wacky. So
Yeah.
we would get together every Friday and have pizza, and we just marathoned through all of them. And
Nice.
this was my favorite one. I don't really know if it is my favorite one anymore because it's got a lot of issues, but
Yeah,
I definitely enjoyed it.
I've seen most of the Friday the 13th at this point. Hold on, I gotta look up the lineage because I definitely have seen a lot of them at this point. Oh, there was a TV series. Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay.
it didn't really have anything to do with Friday the 13th. It was, according to Wikipedia, mostly about like spooky curses and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of the late Friday the 13th, but I've not seen many of the first the first handful are not familiar to me.
So
and I should fix that.
I mean, like, you can watch them. They kind of set up the lore a little bit. And the first one, like, Jason, everybody is big on, like, Jason. We all know that he is the man from the film. But is the
first one where the one that ends with the lady in, like, the canoe waking up on the lake, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna row to shore," and then Jason jumps out of the lake. That's that one.
Because Jason is a baby in the first one for most of the movie.
Right? Yeah. Because it's Mrs. Voorhees.
It's about his mom. And his mom is, like, the evil person. And then I think Jason...
I was about to ask which one was the one with Tyra Banks, but I think that's, I'm pretty sure that's a Halloween.
I'm not sure. I don't recall her being in any of these. Most of the actors in the films are, like, no-name actors. I don't want to say that, but, like, people that I've never heard of before.
Right.
It's not like... the mom from Freaky Friday, how she was in Halloween or anything. I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
There you go. Oh yeah, I do have actual other experience with horror movies.
Yeah,
so,
she's the lady that tells you about the good poop yogurt.
Oh, I was gonna say something else.
And she's the woman who swaps bodies with Lindsay Lohan.
I was gonna say, I used to do social media for, like, freelance before it became my full-time job, and I did run social for my friend's horror movie, She-Wolf Rising, at one point. It is, it's not a great movie, I will say that much.
Oh, get their asses.
It's like, womp womp, hopefully Mark does not listen to this.
But if he does, fuck you, Mark.
Yeah, Mark, what the hell? Why you make a film? But yeah, that's what I know about horror movies, is I like Jason, and I used to have, like, a little stuffed animal of him that I wanted to fair, and it really scared the crap out of my ex, but I was like, he's my man's, you know.
Aw, that's
one
cute.
of those. So
we watched Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday this week. And right at the top, I gotta say, I didn't really know much about this movie going into it, except for that the very end of it does have that teaser for Freddy vs. Jason. Yeah, I didn't know much about this movie. I kind of expected it to be like you know how Jason X is Friday the 13th, but in future space.
I fucking love Jason X.
It's really good. I kind of expected this to be like Friday the 13th in, like, literally in hell, like Doom style.
Yeah, I remember when we first got the DVD and we were going to pop it in, we were all expecting it to be like, you know, Jason battles Satan or whatever.
Yeah.
But he actually, like, you never see him go to hell, except for at the end when he is dragged to hell. So,
yeah, like, it's the title of this movie is a spoiler.
Turns
it's a spoiler
out
for
Jason
the end of
goes
this
to
movie.
hell.
He does go to hell.
Yeah.
So this movie starts with a woman in a Let's Go Mets Baby Love to Mets
Fuck
cap
yeah.
rolling up to a cabin at Camp Crystal Lake, and she gets out of her clothes and she's wearing like a thong under there. And at this point I was like, are you really wearing a thong for like a super long drive up to a cabin?
Oh, yeah.
But then my expectations were subverted, because it turns out she was being bait for Jason, because she tricks Jason into chasing her into the middle of a crowded field with a bunch of spotlights and special operatives with a bunch of guns, and they riddle him with bullets, and then they blow him up like a monster at the end of a Panty and Stocking episode.
Yeah, it's so that it kind of tricks you, right? And I wrote some notes about this scene.
I fully expected it from here to be like, okay, and now we go to visit Jason in hell.
Unfortunately, there's more film.
Yeah.
So, at the beginning, I wrote that she is dressed like Marty McFly, which is my, like, ultimate fashion goals.
She totally is.
And when she takes off her hat, like, at first, she has, like, no hair, really. She's just wearing this baseball hat, and you can kind of see that she has bangs. And then when she's getting ready to take a shower, she takes off her hat, and it, like, all of her hair comes out, and it's like big hair. And it's like, it reminds me of like the moment in the anime when the space fighter girl removes her helmet and all the hair comes out.
Yes.
You know? And I'm just wondering how she fit all her hair under that hat. Because I used to have really long hair and I couldn't fucking do that.
Movie magic.
You know.
I've been watching Mobile Suit Gundam, the original series.
Yeah.
And in one of the recent episodes, there's this character who's like, her name is Matilda. She's like a slightly older soldier, and she's like a pretty woman, and it looks like she's got that whole thing going on with like her hair like hidden under her hat. But then we see a scene with her without her hat on, and she just got like a buzz cut.
Fuck
and
yeah!
I was completely taken aback. I was like, "What the fuck? Where's your hair?"
Sometimes you gotta rock like a butch look.
Oh no, sometimes absolutely. I was just completely shocked. I was like, who the fuck is this? with this...
You know, later on, I said the same thing in this movie because there's a point where Jason, possessing someone else, is shaving like a cop's mustache and beard off, and later on you see the cop and he has no mustache and beard, and I was not able to recognize him at all.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, who's this man?
Guy? Oh, but yeah, so they blow the shit out of Jason, and then we get our title credits.
Oh, I did have two more things to say here. Sorry.
Sure. Go for it.
So I wrote, it's interesting because this kind of series has always been this kind of like puritanical crusade for teens to not do drugs and alcohol or fuck or a killer will get you. But the first scene, all she does is shower, and this movie...
But she gets naked and she wears the thong.
I guess that's true. Well, this movie really doesn't like it when people take a shower because it happens again later.
Yeah, it does.
I also wrote down, how does the towel stay perfectly on when she's running through the woods? Right? Because, like, when I take a shower and I put my towel on, I gotta, like, hold it up a lot. Otherwise, my towel is definitely gonna fall down. Just wondering.
I resonate with that feeling, Scout, but also, you and I are relatively, like, not even talking, like, weight, but, like, we are just, like, wide around people. Yeah. Like, we are broad people, and, like, I feel like regular towels hang better on skinny people.
I guess that's true, yeah. Because there's always, like, a big gap in my towel, so, like, I try to get dressed in the bathroom.
I literally have to use beach towels if I'm not getting dressed in the bathroom.
Well, beach towels are much cuter. You can get one
with
Ariel on it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I did have one other note about this explosion scene. I really don't like the heart prop that moves by itself after Jason explodes into a million pieces. I have serious issues with seeing organs. I don't like remembering that I have organs. So this was very gross to me. I didn't like it.
Yeah. I know I understand.
Ugh.
But so I'm like, oh shit, now it's time for Jason Go Hell, but instead Jason Go Morgue.
Yeah, Jason goes to the morgue. That's what the movie is called.
Yeah.
And the mortician is wearing this like funky tie. I was spending this whole scene trying to figure out two things. Like, number one, what's on his tie? I wanted to know. And number two, do people like dress fancy in their business outfit when they work in the morgue? That's gotta be dirty. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know. Maybe if you're like because like we see that mortician's assistant come into the room and he's like dressed like a lab guy. Yeah. And the only morticians that I have any experience with come from police procedurals of some variety. And they're every mortician I have seen on a police procedural has been wearing a oh my god, what is the fucking word? A lab coat. Jesus.
Yeah, this guy, I don't believe he wears like a blue jacket, but I don't believe it's a lab coat or anything.
No, yeah, he's just kind of rocking like a Miami Vice kind of look.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And he's like this is like what's happening over our opening credits. And did you happen to catch the name of the cinematographer, the director of photography for this movie?
I did not, because I found the credits very distracting. So I was
his name is William Dill. The cinematographer for this movie was named Bill Dill.
Bill Dill.
Bill Dill.
Gotta give it up for Bill Dill, you know.
Giving it up for Bill Dill in 2020. Oh, happy Weed Minute.
Happy Weed Minute! Yay! He's
So
describing, right? The
we find out. We find out a couple of factoids about Jason, which is that he has been confirmed to have killed 83 people, suspected of more, and he has been shot over 100 times. And in the mortician's professional opinion, this guy is dead as shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This scene is really... Ooh, it's just weird. It's very weird. I don't have any other comments besides until you get to a certain part. Sorry.
Yeah. Is the certain part being when he takes when the mortician takes out Jason's heart and it's still beating and it's filled with
so
black
gross.
goop?
Oh, it reminded me of the scene in Indiana Jones where, like, in the Temple of Doom, where they're doing the ritual and the heart comes out. I was like, oh, gross. Yep. I hate it. And the man's... Oh, you didn't say the part yet. Hold on.
Well, no, he's like, oh shit, this thing's full of like black goop, and then he's like, yummy,
delicious heart.
He just fucking eats the heart.
Yeah, Daenerys style. Except he makes like these like Cookie Monster type noises, like when Cookie Monster eats the cookies, he's like, oh nom 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 nom. You know, he's eating the heart, and then he starts to roar. When he's done eating the heart, he's like, "Rawr!" And Jason never roars. He doesn't really make noises. So that was kind of weird.
Yeah. Jason, well, yeah. Jason fucking... So, the mortician has Detroit become Jason, and... like, the thing is that there's, like, a couple of the special ops guys who shut the shit out of Jason. They're, like, stationed up right outside the mortician's office, and they don't, like... They don't like come in when they hear this roar, and then the mortician's assistant comes in with a big old pizza, and he's like, "Hey, we can do whatever we want to this Jason. Can you imagine? Ain't we lucky?" And he like says, "I'm gonna flip the bird to Jason, and I'm gonna take a big mango-sized crap on your mask."
This is the scene that I remember the most about this movie. Is just this man's saying mango-sized crap. I was like, "Ooh, that's oddly specific." So my brain just latched onto that, I guess, as a middle schooler.
Yeah, God, I think mangoes might be my favorite fruit. Like they're definitely up there.
I like them, but I think I'm allergic to them because when I eat them, my tongue gets itchy.
Oh, that'll happen.
So that's bad, but I like the flavor. I think it's very delicious.
Definitely a top 3 fruit. Like it's up in there. It's up in there with cherries and kiwis for me.
Fuck yeah, cherries. I'm not a big fan of kiwis because of the stringiness. I like oranges. I think they're very happy, and I like to put them in my mouth and replace my teeth with them. You know.
Hell yeah. You like to do the guy from Lost thing.
Fuck. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So the mortician's assistant is like, "Hey, I'm going to take a mango-sized crap on your face, Jason." And then Jason, who is in the body of the mortician now, is just like shoves a probe into the mortician's assistant's face.
And you don't get to see it, which is good, because I would hate
it's
to
good,
see that.
But also I'm just like, there is so little in terms of like actually seeing kills in this movie.
Yeah, I noticed that. There's a lot of discretion shots. Like, you'll see a guy's head get chopped off, but it won't be like, you know, or like, I just noticed that. That was interesting.
Yeah, like, it's strange. What was this movie rated?
I think R. And it's supposed to be a slasher film, too. So it's like slasher film, usually. It's very, like, gross and filled with bloods and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So, very interesting.
Yeah. So he kills the mortician's assistant and then walks out, and the two special ops guys are there like, "Yeah, Jason's a big pussy, and we beat the shit out of him. Hope you're having fun, Doc." And then we just cut to like a news broadcast, which is like it's very obviously aping Dateline or something and stuff like that. Like 20 what is it, 2020 and 48 Hours and Dateline?
I think so. It's called American Case File in the film.
Yeah. And we see these like those two special ops guys dead as dirt.
Yeah, it says dead on their face.
Yeah, like, it's like a big stamp that just like says dead.
Yeah.
Dead. Dead.
Missing.
Missing.
It says missing for the mortician.
Yeah, because he's nowhere to be found because he's Jason now.
It's very ridiculous scene though.
And then we meet my favorite character in this movie, Duke Creighton, or Creighton Duke rather.
Creighton Duke,
Sorry, I had it backwards. Creighton Duke, who is a dude in a cowboy hat.
I like his hat.
Like, yeah, no, he looks great. I love this guy. But we go to they cut to like an interview that the American Case Files host had with him recently, and he's like, there's like, okay, I'm gonna say two words to you, Creighton, and I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. And he says Jason Voorhees, and Creighton's response is, well, that makes me think of a girl in a pink dress sticking a hot dog through a donut.
It was weird.
It's a weird line.
Yeah, it was really weird. I did some research on this man's Creighton Duke. And I found out, apparently in the lore, the reason he knows so much about Jason is that he was, like, hanging out at Camp Crystal Lake at one time. And he was with his girlfriend. And then Jason killed his girlfriend. And so he has, like, devoted his entire life to killing Jason and knowing everything about Jason. So he's, like, the Jason expert, I guess.
Yeah. And basically, Creighton Duke just says, like, so, yeah, Jason's not dead. He's just kind of, like, body snatchering from body to body, and fucking people up. That's just a meat sack, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I need $500,000 to kill Jason. And the American Case File says, I'm willing to put this money forward, which is, like, for what this movie was 93, that is like an absurd amount of money for a TV show to like just put into something. I feel like, I
mean, to me in general, that's an absurd amount of money.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. But in terms of like what TV stations have to work with,
yeah, because you don't usually win that money on Jeopardy or anything, you know.
Unless you're like Ken
Jennings. Yeah.
Yeah. But even he was like on a good day cracking like, I don't know, like on a good day he was cracking like 10,000.
Oh yeah.
Is that how Jeopardy? Is that
yes.
Jeopardy?
Yeah, I watch it a lot with my roommates.
Okay, yeah.
You can get up to about 10 to 20,000 per day. It's really hard to get higher than that. Ken is not my favorite Jeopardy man's. My favorite Jeopardy man's is Brad Rutter. We're really hoping, because like Alex Trebek is not doing good, right? And we're all kind of worried about him.
Yeah.
So we're hoping, me and my roommates, that when Alex decides to retire, that Brad Rutter takes over. Because he's like a really congenial kind of guy. He's got a lot of charisma. But my parents are really worried that James Holzhauer will win. Do you know him?
Yeah, he's the guy who like broke Jeopardy last year.
Yeah,
right?
He broke Jeopardy last year, and he's got this like smile that scares the crap out of me. He just like the way he smiles, I'm like, oof, ooh.
Did you watch that like that furry who went like 10 days who like made it 10 days last year?
Holy shit, I don't remember that. I don't
remember the guy's name, but like he would always like write his name with like a tiger paw on it, and
thank God.
And he would like whenever he won, he would like throw up his like hands like they were like paws.
Yeah, you know, like
king
yeah.
shit.
I love that.
No, yeah, it's great.
So
Jason, we go to the town of Crystal Lake, where a local diner is having a Jason is Dead 2-for-1 burger sale.
Yeah, Jason is over 2020 party. Hashtag Jason is over.
Shut up. God, I wish K-pop stans would give me 2 burgers for the price of Jason is over.
I wish I had 2 burgers, just conceptually.
Yeah, I wish I could have just had 2 burgers to have.
But But it's like, I think they have a Jason waffle, too, at this diner.
Yeah, and they're, like, cutting the hamburger patties into the shape of Jason mask, and they're like, okay, so if you cut it like this, you can actually get two hamburger... You can actually get, like, with all the... Because they cut it out to make it look like a hockey mask.
Yeah.
And they're like, here, you can use the beef to make another patty, and that's why it's 2 for 1. And
Regular.
then one of the girls walks up to Creighton at his
sitting
restaurant
down.
booth. Yeah, and he's like, I will start causing problems on purpose, and I will disappear for this movie for the next hour after doing this.
And so you don't remember him for a while. You're like, who is this man when he shows up again?
Yeah, but he's just he's talking to the waitress lady who that's
Diana?
Yeah, it's Diana.
That's Diana. That's the mom.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, you gotta fucking... Jason's coming. Watch out. Uh-oh. And then the chief of police is there, and he's like, hey, don't you threaten her. You're going to jail, mister.
And he's doing some police brutality against a black man, which is not great to look at, especially in 2020.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, fuck cops.
Yeah, Cops is bad. This movie does it a lot. Cops are really bad, and this movie loves cops.
But we also meet our protagonist, I guess, for this movie in this scene, who is Steven.
Steven is interesting.
And the entire time I was just thinking about Steve from Sex and the City. He looks marginally like him.
Hey, Miranda.
Hey, Miranda. Miranda. Oh,
he does look vaguely Steve-ish.
I need to get like a clip of Stephanie saying Miranda. Jason Voorhees, Miranda.
Hey, Jessica.
But we meet him, and he is the ex-husband, or I guess at least
he dated her at some point.
Like at least ex-partner of Diana's daughter, Jessica.
Yeah,
and
who is super cute. She's super cute.
And Jessica had Steve's baby.
Yeah.
But so Steven is like, what even is Steve? Why is Steven just like driving for the sake of driving? And then
because he's like driving and listening to bad music and like dancing in the car. I'm like, that's what I do. So in that moment, I related to Steven.
Yeah.
But I don't remember why he was driving. He is
Me
just
neither.
driving,
But he does pick up some teens who are like, yeah, we're going to Camp Crystal Lake and we're gonna get naked and smoke some doobers.
Yeah, I think they do say that. No, he says that to them. They're like, we're going to Camp Crystal Lake, and he's like, you want to do some weed? You know?
Do some weed and smoke some doobers and have some premarital sex and die.
Yeah, that's what happens.
And then they do that, and then they die.
As it turns out, because that's what happens in this movie when you do drugs or have sex.
Yeah.
Or take a shower.
One of the girls says, tonight I will sleep outside, and just immediately gets cut the fuck up by Mortician Jason.
And then pinned to a tree.
Yeah. Then there are the two people in the tent, a guy and a girl,
scene.
and the guy is like, hey, you ready for Tony the Wonder Llama? And the girl's like, oh, do you have a condom? And he's like, oh,
so
it's
Tony the Wonder Llama is his penis.
Yeah,
yikes. That would have been a mood killer for me instantly.
Yeah.
We don't like it.
I don't either. Names for a penis are normally pretty bad, but I think Tony the Wonder Llama has to take the cake as like the worst possible.
Yeah,
one.
I've never heard anything like that. Like, I understand some people are like, oh, this is Mr. Happy or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I guess. Still really weird, but I guess. But Tony the Wonder Llama, all right.
You love it.
Don't want to think about a llama penetrating a person.
Yeah, but the girl's like, and the guy's like, oh, my condoms are outside. You gotta go get them, babe. So she goes and gets them, and then he's like, oh, I fucking hate condoms. And she's like, oh, okay, I guess we'll just throw this fucking condom out and raw dog it.
So they throw it on the floor.
And then they get killed. We don't really, we see the girl get like stabbed through the back, and then like
with
ripped.
like a sign, I think.
It's what?
It's like a stop sign, like the pole from a stop sign.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't catch that.
And I also noticed there's like this extremely gratuitous shot of the condom on the forest floor, just and like sitting there.
So that Jason can step on it.
Yeah, normal.
But she gets like, she gets like, it's basically like a Mortal Kombat fatality because she gets stabbed through the back, and then it's implied that like the machete like rips upwards like and comes out the top of her.
But you don't see it.
You don't see it. You just see like the you see the guy. It's like a POV shot of the machete basically, and you see it go through her, and you see the guy that she's on top of be spookaded, and then we cut away.
Yeah, and he has like blood all over his face, so I guess it implies that he dies also.
Yeah,
Shrug.
probably. We go to Diana, who is out back behind the diner, and we also meet Josh, who is another cop.
Is he the cop, the balding cop?
Yes, the balding cop.
Okay, yeah. And he's with this lady who looks like she's straight out of the 50s. She's, like, got her hair in, like, a little kerchief and some sunglasses on. And she's like, the cop is like, let's have sex in the car. And she's like, let's not. And that was interesting.
Yeah. And then Jason comes up and like we see this. It's a really funny shot of like the woman getting into the car.
Yeah.
And like it like cuts away to like a shot of like a rubber like dummy getting its head crunched.
Oh,
in
gross.
in the window in the car frame. It's really funny.
That's a way to die, I guess.
And then we get to the part where so Mortician Jason has the cop like tied down in his workshop, and then
completely naked.
He
and
gives
he's
him a
on
shave.
like he's on like this table where he's like got leather straps across him, like a creepy torture table, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he got that.
He just kind of has it.
Yeah, I guess.
This mortician took his work home with him.
Okay.
So,
he's shaving the cop like Sweeney Todd style.
Yeah.
With one of those scary razors.
Yeah, with one of those, is it just a straight razor?
I think it's a straight razor. I don't really know, but I always just think of Sweeney Todd when I see these ones.
Yeah, it's a Sweeney Todd razor. And he's, What? Oh yeah, and then he like it like looks like he's gonna like take a big old chomp out of him, but then we cut away to.
So we don't know what happens yet.
Yeah, we cut away to Diana's house. Right? It's Diana's house.
Because this is when she's on the phone.
Yeah, she's on the phone with Jessica, who's hanging out with the anchor at American Case Files.
And he's like macking on her.
Yeah, he's eating that nussy, that neck pussy.
Oh my god! That's a new one for me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Happy to introduce that one into the lexicon.
Neck pussy. Normal.
But, so, he is...
So Jessica's on the phone with her mom.
Yeah.
The man is trying to take a big old chomp out of her neck at the same time.
And then Officer Josh shows up and is
This is where he looks like a different person completely.
Yeah, because he's shaved now.
Yeah, so he shows up.
He shows up and is like, I'm gonna kill you, I'm Jason. He doesn't say that, though. He just does the thing.
Yeah, pretty much. And scary.
He gets on top of Diana, and like a worm comes out of his mouth.
Yeah,
but then
I called it a snake-like creature.
Yeah, and then Steve shows up and says, "Get the fuck off of her," and stabs him with a poker.
I think it was a sword. I interpreted it as a sword.
It looked like a fire poker to me.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes more sense because she did have a fire.
But I don't know. Maybe Diana just keeps some swords on her. Like, who among us?
Yeah. I mean, maybe she's like a sword mom. Moms with swords are very hot, I guess.
She's got that Lord of the Rings sword.
Fuck yeah! And this scene also, when Josh, I think you said his name is Josh, right? I didn't catch his name. When he is looking in the mirror, you can see Jason, not him.
Yes.
So his reflection it's like a reverse vampire kind of thing.
Yeah. I guess. I hadn't thought about it that way, but you know what? I think that actually might be correct.
Well, that's what I wrote down, so it's true.
It is a reverse vampire situation.
And this scene is where it confirms that Jason gets into other bodies by vomiting the snake-like creature into another person.
Yep.
It's very gross. We hate it.
So Steve like beats up Jason, and then Diana catches an ice pick or something to the back and dies.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think.
And then it's the end of Halloween basically, where Steve like stabs Jason, Josh, and then he falls out the window, and then 2 minutes later he's not there. But in the intervening time, Diana's like, Steve, you gotta save Jessica, and bleh.
And dies. Yeah.
And dies. Yeah.
I do like scenes where people crash out of windows. I think it always looks very cool.
Yeah, Halloween's. We all love Halloween here.
Does that happen in Halloween? I don't know. I've never seen.
Oh yeah. It happens. It's the end of the first movie.
Oh fuck. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
It's really good.
They stole that from Halloween. So, see, she dies, and
Yeah.
I think
Then this cop Randy shows up, who's like Steve's friend, I guess.
Yeah, this was the cop that was doing the police brutality to Creighton earlier.
Yes, that's correct. And he shows up and is like, Steve, buddy, I know you didn't do this, but also I gotta take you to jail. And there's like one cool edit. There's like a cool edit where it's like Steve like turning around from like a low angle, and then we like cut directly to him finishing that turnaround in like questioning at the police station.
That was very cool.
And he's like, listen, the Josh was just here and he did crimes. And Randy, I think, is like, yeah, sure, bro, sure thing, bro. Yeah, but you got to go to jail.
Wait, do you mean Randy is the older?
No,
cop
Ed is the older cop.
Yeah,
Randy
is
cop.
like the friend cop.
Yes. So he gets put in jail, and he has a conversation with Creighton Duke where, like, I don't know what...
This is so weird.
It is. It's conceptually kind of interesting, but also doesn't really, anyways, so what happens is basically Creighton is like, okay, I gotta break your fingers in exchange for this information that you want. Which is like, what? Why? Like,
It was upsetting to watch, too.
Is it to prove that he really wants the information?
He was like, you gotta pay for it. And every time that Steve paid, Creighton broke his hand a little more.
It's like it's like Darker Than Black anime.
I've never seen Darker Than Black.
That's fine.
I'm guessing that's what happens, though.
There's a character who, like, the entire thing, the premise of the show is about people who have, like, superpowers, but they, like, have to do a contract. They have to, like, fulfill something at the end of it.
Okay.
Like, and one dude's is, like, he can fly, but after he's done flying, he has to break one of his own fingers.
Once upon a time, voice magic has a price.
Magic House.
Remember that show?
I watched one episode of it and was like, no, thank you.
It's not good. I've
like,
seen most of it.
And then, like, 4 years later, I saw the Frozen crossover episode. I saw, like, clips from the Frozen crossover episode, and I was like, okay. Well, that's happening.
It was a good idea, but damn, after the first season, it tanked. It was pretty bad. That's my thoughts on Once Upon a Time. Welcome to my Once Upon a Time podcast.
Now, that was a podcast idea.
It's true, but will I ever edit it? No. So he's breaking his hands.
Yeah, and I'm like, ostensibly, Steven is supposed to, like, be the one to stop Jason, and I don't know how breaking his fingers helps him.
He's got to use his non-dominant hand, I guess.
Okay.
Shrug.
So Steve breaks out of jail after this because, like, Duke gives him the lowdown where it's like only someone who is, like, related to Jason, like Diana and Jessica, can kill him. But and he's, like, hopping from body to body, but all those bodies are, like, burning out, and he needs to hop into someone related to him so he can live he can be resurrected. And then Steven breaks out, and he goes to the we meet Vicky. I think Vicky has been given Jessica has given Vicky her baby for babysitting purposes.
Yeah.
and was like, "Here, sit this baby."
Vicky is the lady who was cleaning the floor with Diana's blood, right?
I think so. Yeah, and
she has red hair.
Yeah, she also works at the diner.
Okay, yes.
And at the diner, there's like a little bit of a spat between the owner Joey, who is like this like fat, mean, like it's a caricature of a fat person who owns a diner.
Yeah.
But she's like, "Oh yeah, throw that fucking baby out on the street. This ain't a nursery." Blah, 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 blah. Okay, you can put the kid in the back, but just put her next to the vegetable oil.
And then there's like a scene later in this part where the baby is in a banana box.
It's good.
Yeah, I like to see it.
I love to see.
It's a very cute baby.
It is a cute baby, yeah. And then because in that scene where the baby's in a banana box, Steven is showing up and is like, "Damn, I don't even know this baby's name, but this baby's mine." And then one of the guys who works at the restaurant, Ward, walks into the back and is like, "Oh shit, Steve. Here's my car. Here's my keys. Here's the keys to my car. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah. And he leaves.
He does. He leaves and goes to the Voorhees house where he finds a fucking Necronomicon.
Yeah. I did some research, and I read that apparently this is what links this movie with The Evil Dead.
Yeah, that would link it. It is literally the Necronomicon with like the face and everything.
So I guess this movie is part of The Evil Dead, because then I saw later in the Wikipedia article that I read, it said that there is a Freddy versus Jason versus Ash. So it's a comic.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't know that movie.
It's not a movie. It's a comic. I was like, oh, very interesting. And Steve, I like this part. Steve steps on a creaky floorboard. He's like, "Ah!" And I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, because the Voorhees house is just like littered with traps. Apparently, like, there's some trap doors, and there's also just some like areas of the house that are like really worn down through like years and years of being in disrepair. But he falls on the floor and he gets his ass stuck in it. And then Robert walks in. Robert, the sleazy anchorman from American Case Files, and it's like, "Hey buddy, baba boom, I got a good idea to make the ratings go bada bing bada biz through the roof. I stole Diana's body and I hid her in the Voorhees house, and I'm gonna take the camera here tonight, and bada bing bada boom, I'm doing television, baby."
He is exactly like this.
And then he's like, "Hey, Rexman, the guy I'm talking to, you gotta calm down." And then, "Oh no, I'm getting attacked by Jason." And then he gets Jason's worm. And then is this when Josh fucking melts?
Yeah, I wrote down the man who, because I didn't know his name. The man who was previously Jason is melting. He leaves his jaw on the floor. Gross.
Yeah, it is kind of nasty. I like the effect. I like whatever they did for this effect.
It was a cool effect.
Yeah.
But he was like bubbling and like turning into Nickelodeon slime.
He was.
He was.
He was doing his fucking Alex Mack cosplay.
Go fuck! It's true. Holy shit, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, me too.
You ever just turn into Silver Slime?
God, I wish that were me.
Me too.
Sometimes you just want to be Silver Slime and fucking chill.
Yeah, it's like a Capri Sun commercial.
Exactly.
He's like melting and just like, I don't know why he started to melt all of a sudden.
Because being Jason had like worn through, like, so spoilers for the like I want to say like the midpoint of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, but like you know how King Bradley was like one of like 50,000 guys who had been trained to be the Homunculus Pride.
Okay, I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, sorry. Shit.
It's fine. I'm totally cool with it.
Okay.
Keep going.
But he was like one of like 50 billion guys, and like all of them just like had all like everyone in his troop like got injected with the Philosopher's Stone, and then if they survived, they were Pride, but none of them survived. They all just turned to jelly and kind of died and exploded.
Gross.
Anyways, that's what happened. Jason's body is too powerful to
be a homunculus.
It's like if you stretch a rubber band all the way. No, not a rubber band. I'm trying to think of a. It's like if you put a children's T-shirt on a bodybuilder, that T-shirt is no longer going to be wearable by a child after it's done with being on the bodybuilder.
True.
There we go. That's the analogy I was going
That
for.
was a great analogy. I liked it.
Thank you.
Somebody, the next note I have is about somebody taking a shower. I don't think that's in this scene, right?
No, it's not, because Steven is just like sitting with his ass stuck in the floor and watching Jason just kind of like leave. Jessica takes a shower and is getting attacked by Robert, but then Steven shows up.
It's impossible to take a shower in this movie.
It is. Everyone in this movie is legally required to be stinky or else face the wrath of Jason.
Smelly people in Crystal Lake.
Everyone in Crystal Lake smells like shit. They're afraid they're terrified to take a shower because of Jason.
Fuck. Maybe it's a Psycho reference too, right? That's in Psycho when she takes a shower and it's like.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Entirely possible.
So she's taking a shower.
Yeah.
And then she gets attacked.
She gets attacked, but then Steven is like, "Hey, Robert, Jason, fucking stop it," and like beats him up and runs him over with his car. And Jessica's like, "You are a fucking crazy person. You just killed my boyfriend. You kidnapped my daughter earlier. Get the fuck out of this car. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." And she kicks him out of the car and just drives off to the sheriff's office. And is like, she's like, "Hey, officers, Steven is doing crime," and so they send Randy to go take care of him.
Oh man.
But before that happened, before Randy shows up, Robert Jason shows up at the we go to that. We go to Randy picking up Steven on the side of the road, and there's like they have like a tussle, and
they start fighting each other for no reason.
Yeah. There's a fun little scene where they're like both exhausted sitting next to the police cruiser, and Randy's like, "You're coming with me, bud. I've got a gun." And then Steven's like,
he's like,
"Fucking, I've got a gun too, dude."
Everybody in this movie has a gun. Because later there's this scene in the diner, and all of a sudden everybody in the diner has a gun.
Oh yeah, that's right. Robert shows up at the police station and kills almost all the cops there, except for the sheriff, Ed. And Steven shows up and is like, "I'm gonna blast him. Bang, bang, bazoom."
That sounded a lot like the Robert impression.
Bazoom, ba-ba-boom. But Steven fucking blasts Robert Jason, and is like, "Okay, Jessica, let's go. Let's run away." And then the cops are like, "Okay, take this guy to the morgue." But then Robert Jason wakes up and kills the cops.
Yeah.
Robert Jason says ACAB.
He does. This is the only part in the movie where I liked Robert at all.
Yeah, Robert is bastard man for the rest of the movie. But listen, broken clocks are right twice a day.
I remember in this scene also, Jessica, right? She's here in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody says to her, like, "Get her new clothes." And they're like, "Well, the only thing we have is cop uniforms." I was like, all right. So she spends the rest of the movie in, like, a undershirt and cop pants for whatever reason.
It's a very final girl outfit.
Yeah, it was. And she tucks her shirt in, and it does look good. Like, I like it when people tuck their shirts into their pants. I think it's a good look, to me.
Yeah. It's good. I like the it.
So the next scene, right, is the diner, right?
Yes, they go to the diner, and Joey, the owner of the restaurant, gives Ward a gun, and he like this. R.I.P. Ward. He like walks out of the diner and does like some cool like you know that scene in Emperor's New Groove where Kronk is like just like running around doing his own theme music. It's like he does that, except for it's like he does like cool gun poses.
Yeah. And the gun that he has is like huge too. Like, everybody's got, like, a gun with, like, a scope at the end in this movie.
Uh-huh.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed.
Robert Jason walks up, and Ward is like, "Hey, fucking don't come any closer, bub." And Robert does come any closer and splits Ward's arms in half.
Womp.
Womp womp. He breaks into the diner, and there's a fun kill here where I didn't even catch. There's another like chef at the diner who he kills. I didn't even catch that one, but there is a fun kill here where Joey, the restaurant owner, is like trying to stop him, and he just like headbutts her and bumps her chin into her mouth, and it looks kind of funny.
But this is the scene where they boil the man in the fryer oil, right?
Oh yes, that's
like,
right.
Oh, very gross. Because at first, Jason puts this man's head into like they're at a counter, and he puts it into like this thing, and I thought he was like trying to drown him in the sink. Maybe there was like a sink full of dishes, but then I realized it was the fryer oil because it was making the fryer noise. I was like, oh,
hell of a way to go.
You know, that's one way to die.
Yeah. But Vicky shows up and is like, "Hey, Jason, go to hell!" And she stabs Robert with a
pipe.
Pole?
I think.
A pipe, yeah. But
she looked very good doing it.
Yeah.
I was very thrilled to see her.
But then Robert Jason stabs her back,
and that sucks.
Yeah.
There's this scene. I think in this scene. Sorry.
She says, "Go to hell." I don't know if I said that already.
Yeah, she does say that. I think in this scene also, Jessica hits Joey with something and makes her fall over. And I'm not sure if it was a brick or a napkin holder. Did you catch that?
I didn't. I thought that Joey just fucking dies because she like gets hit. She gets her chin knocked into her mouth.
No, there's this like it must have happened before that. But Joey is like to Jessica, "Get out of here!" And Jessica's like, "No!" And she picks something up off the counter.
Yeah. I think it is. It's got to be a napkin holder then.
That's true.
Unless the 2-for-1 Jason's Dead burgers are like, unless they keep bricks on the counters.
You get a free brick with every burger.
Yep. But
it's the toy.
What's the sequence of events? Because we like get like a first person POV shot of one of the cops walking into the restaurant and finding all the carnage, and they find a note that says this is Duke. I have your baby. Come to the house alone if you want to save your.
It's in like scribbly handwriting.
Yeah, if you want to save your baby. And then Robert Jason jumps the camera, and we don't really know what happens.
Yeah. Because then the next thing immediately that happens is she shows up at the Voorhees house, and Creighton's like, "Oh, you came alone. Good."
Yeah, because Jason could be anyone.
Yeah.
We
are all Jason.
Yeah, and he says you need to kill Jason, and I'm going to give you your baby back when you do it. Because only people related to Jason can kill him.
Yeah. Oh, this. So you know how the baby is wrapped in that blanket?
Yeah, the baby's all swaddled, nice and comfy.
Yeah, so I noticed that the weave of the blanket the baby is wearing is super loose. So I thought that the baby was wrapped in like that fruit wrapping that they wrap fruits in with all the holes in it because the baby was in the banana box earlier. Yep. So I was like, oh, I guess this is fruit wrapping now. The baby is a banana.
God.
That's what you get when you have on the podcast. When I show up, this is what happens. So anyway, she is, he tells her, you can hold the baby. And he gives her, like, the dagger, right? I think this is when she gets the dagger.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I like to look at it.
It is very cool.
There's like
there's some fun effects when she takes the she takes the dagger, because it's in the hands of someone who has power now. So the power to kill Jason.
CGI has come a long way.
Yeah,
since the 90s.
Yeah. Listen, we've all grown and learned in our different ways.
Yeah, including CGI. It's grown and learned too.
This is when so Duke falls into a trap door.
Yeah.
Like, not like it doesn't like fall away like broken floorboards like it did for Steven earlier. Like, it just fucking like a door like a hinge like loosens and the trap door opens, and Jessica's holding on to him, and Duke's like, "Don't let go," and then the sheriff walks in, and Jessica immediately lets go when he walks in, and Duke just falls down and gets his leg impaled on something.
Yeah, and he's like, "You have to kill both of them."
Yeah,
and
because also Randy has shown up.
Yeah, so there's two of them here.
And they're
she's
both
like,
they're both like talking and walking just like they regularly would, which
Yeah.
Jason has not proven to be able to do. Jason kind of like,
only roars.
he only roars and ambulates and kills.
Yeah.
But so she stabs Ed, the sheriff, and then Randy is like, ha ha ha, now I will take the win because I have been Jason this whole time. I was just very good at acting now. But then Steven comes in and like slices Randy's neck open with a machete.
Yeah. And then the snake-like creature shows up, right?
Yes, and it crawls into Diana's dead body, vagina.
Oh, wait, no. Before that happens, it tries to vomit itself into the baby.
Yes.
And
right.
the snake-like creature now has legs, and it makes this noise like, ah! Whenever it moves, it's just making that noise.
I make that noise.
Very weird.
I make that noise whenever I move also. You ever work out really hard one day?
Oh. Sometimes my knees pop and I'm just like, ah!
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah. That's me every time my knees pop.
Anytime I try to stretch.
Yep.
So that happens. And then the snake-like creature crawls into Diana's vagina.
Yes.
And everyone is like, did the snake-like creature just crawl into Diana's vagina? Without saying it. But,
Did it just crawl into Diana's vagina?
Oh my god! And then Diana become Gigante.
Diana become Gigante and Detroit become Jason.
Fuck yeah! And Jason just he explodes out of the floor. He's like fully formed.
And then he has a fucking fist fight with Steve in the backyard.
Yeah. This is so funny because Jason moves very rigidly, and he's just hitting him over and over with a pipe, and Steve's like, and it's, I don't know why this just
sorry to Cinema Sins this thing, but it's just very funny when we've seen Jason with a blunt object just go directly for the head in the past.
Yeah. So he's just slapping him a bunch of times with this pipe.
Fucking Game. Sorry to Game of Thrones, but Arya. Jessica does the Arya killing the Night King thing where she jumps off of a rock and lands on Jason and stabs him in the chest, and then he starts to explode and some souls come out of him, and then she kicks him she kicks the dagger all the way in, and he gets dragged into hell.
Hold on, wait. Why? If he's going to hell, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So theoretically,
yes,
we always think of heaven as up.
Yes.
And when the souls explode out of Jason's body, they are all going up, and he is going up. And I'm like, Jason goes to heaven?
Well, he's not going up. He gets dragged into the hell.
No, before when
maybe it's because he is still if you've got an evil Jason soul, but also the soul of 80 innocent children inside of you.
That's true.
Maybe
maybe they are all.
Maybe you can
heaven.
tip the scales a little bit. Yeah. But then they kick the dagger in, and all of the souls go to heaven, and Jason gets dragged to hell
by some hands.
By some hands. Yep.
And Steven almost gets dragged to hell in the process, and for a couple seconds, Jessica just sits there and watches him, and then she's like, oh shit.
I should probably save this guy.
Okay, I guess.
Listen, who among us?
I mean, Steven wasn't a great man. He wasn't an awful man. He was just a man, I guess.
He was a man.
He didn't try to take a shower, so...
Yeah. So he gets to survive, and he and Jessica and their baby walk off into the sunrise. And then we pan back to
lullaby music is playing. I think that's very important.
We cut back to where the hell hole opened up, and we see Jason's mask, and there's some dust being uncovered by the wind.
And a dog.
First the wind, and then a dog shows up and sniffs the mask once, and then leaves, and then Freddy Krueger hand comes up and grabs the mask and pulls it into hell, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, and then the music happens in the credits.
Yep.
It was very jarring to hear the lullaby music. Then all of a sudden the music's dun dun. I'm like, all right, I guess this is how it goes.
Yeah.
I was also very worried for the dog in that scene, because whenever a dog shows up in a movie, I get very worried.
Yeah. I'm glad the dog was fine.
Yeah, thank God. Whew. And that's Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday, even though it was not the final Friday.
There's more Fridays to come.
Yeah, there are 3 Fridays more, in fact.
Yeah.
I did see the one with Jared Padalecki. I did see that one in the theaters.
Yep.
But at the time, I did not know he was, because I did not watch Supernatural at that point. So I was like, here's a man.
Me neither. Actually, no, that's not true. I did know who Jared Padalecki was when I saw that movie, because I watched it, the first time I watched it was for this podcast.
Oh. I haven't looked at the backlog in quite a while, but how did you feel about that one? Just for my personal record.
Lukewarm.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it too. It was fine.
On a scale of 0 to 5 frisbeed condoms, how many condoms thrown like a frisbee are you gonna get this movie? Because I don't rank it like this movie off the jump loses like 2 whole points just for not actually being about Jason in hell.
Yeah, that's from what I saw on Wikipedia. That's a lot of people's like big gripe with this movie is that Jason, first of all, does not go to hell until the end. And Jason hardly is in the movie. It's like other people being Jason.
Yeah.
I give this, you know what, this used to be my favorite one. So I'll give it a 3.5. 3.5 condoms.
Correspondence from friend of the podcast, Kara Dwin, who I after watching the movie before starting this podcast, I sent her a message. For a movie called Jason Goes to Hell, I kind of expected him to be like in hell for a portion of it. And she said, yeah, as someone who was a kid when that poster and ad campaign was around, I imagined the most fucked up movie ever. Then I watched it as an adult. Because the poster also has that silver version of the mask. Like, it's going to be Jason's hell armor, but no.
And the poster also has the snake-like creature coming out of the eye hole in Jason's mask where he lost his eye.
Yep.
So it looks a lot scarier.
Yeah. I'm giving this one like a 2.5 out of. I'm giving this one a 2.5.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm very generous with it because I have a lot of nostalgic memories.
Yeah. So we got a question. This one from at Semper Funny on Twitter, who wants to know Jason go hell?
Yes. Jason do go hell.
Eventually.
But only at the end.
Yeah, at the very end of it.
After like a long, labored out film, Jason do go hell.
Yeah. So that's it for questions. So we're gonna do recommendations now. Scout,
okay.
What do you have to recommend?
In general?
Yeah.
What do I like? This week I've been thinking a lot about Fire Emblem because I think a lot about it every week.
Fire Emblem Throuses?
Fire Emblem Throuses with a 4th bonus house.
Throuses.
It's good to play, but it's not my recommendation. I still recommend Breath of the Wild because I started playing it again during this quarantimes, and it holds up, and it makes me feel very happy to explore and walk around and change your costume. I think it's very important to change in any video game, you should be able to change your costume. That's my thoughts.
These are facts.
Yeah. That's my recommendation.
My recommendation is gonna be what am I gonna recommend? I guess I'm gonna do a twofer because I played through Bloodborne again. I'm just kind of at a point where I'm like, I guess in quarantine, like I'm playing it every 3 months or so.
It'd be like that.
It's a good video game. I played it again, and I'm also gonna recommend a new anime airing this season called Deca-Dence. DECA-DENCE. It's a really cool show. The second episode completely. I don't want to spoil. Normally I'm not one that cares about spoilers, but there is a major like pulling the rug out from under you moment in episode 2 that I don't want to spoil. So I'll just talk about episode 1, which is it's about a girl who works in a I'm trying to think. Like imagine the bathhouse from Spirited Away, but it's instead of that, it's like steampunky, and she works on the side of it. Like she works like cleaning the place up and has to like scrape shit off the sides of the building. And it's like on tank treads and shit. And I'm not describing it very well. I'm gonna recommend you watch like the trailer or something, but it's a really, really good show. And at least watch like watch the first episode, and then watch like the first 5 minutes of the second episode. And if you don't like it from there, you can dip. But I really recommend at least getting to the 5-minute mark of the second episode. So that's it for Podcast Scout. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, I love to do it.
Where can people find you, and what are your plugs?
Okay, I will do my plug first. So I had a podcast 2 years ago called Unlimited Play Jerks about Fate. You know, the very medium anime video game series of Fate. And I hate editing, so I didn't make an episode 2 with Amanda. And now Amanda will edit it because she is very good to me. So we're doing Unlimited Play Jerks again. Nice. And it's coming back. And you can find us on Twitter at UBJcast. And our podcast is on podcast platforms. So like, experience Fate. Not without, like, a lot of trigger warnings, but experience Fate. We like it. And you can find me, Funny Scout, on Twitter talking about Lawrence Hellman Gloucester from Fire Emblem at Cybernetics, CYBERNETIQUES. I had to remember how to spell that.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
If you want to, first of all, thank you very much to the people who are supporting this podcast on Patreon, patreon.com/fearbaiting is where you can go for that. Again, I'm going to continue to recommend that you send money, overdone into this podcast. I would instead suggest sending money to the Black Lives Matter movement, but people who have supported the podcast at the $5 and $10 level do get their names right on the podcast, so thank you very much to NDN Snufkin, Ducky Aisha, Kit Spindler, and Michael Kaiser for all your support. I love you all so much. If you want to find us, we're at Fearbaiting on Twitter. If you want to listen to, thank you very much to Noisepace.xyz for hosting this podcast and so many other great ones. Thank you very much, especially to Matt GameCube for being the podmaster of everyone. The Podfather, rather.
We love Matt GameCube.
We here at Fearbaiting Industries love Matt GameCube. Thank you very much to our Podfather. Thank you very much to Satah for providing the intro and outro music of this podcast. You can find their music at People You Meet Outside of Bars or head to gaygothvibes.online. Thank you very much to Blair, who edited this week's podcast. Blair is a king, and you can follow him on Twitter at Blair Kitsch. I'm on Twitter at SunhatZhenya, SunhatZhenya. If you want to hear more of me, I am on The Wonder Yerks, which is an Animorphs podcast that I do with Blair and Satah, and I'm also on Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, the Leftism podcast made by, for, and of the Terminally Online, and that's a podcast that you can listen to. I wasn't on the latest episode, but it was a really good one. And I think that's everything, now that I've motor-mouthed my way through everything, so that's going to do it. You did it! So until next time, I'm Sarah.
I'm Scout.
And remember,
you can put a fucked up guy anywhere!
Good night, everyone.